Today I ran Parkrun after 2 months of barely any running, and I was only 36 seconds slower than my personal best. Not quite sure how that happened.
Can I have a hand for our lovely volunteers? What you got?
So yeah, back at the start of January, I ran Parkrun and did my PB in 28 minutes, a little over 28 minutes. And then kind of strangely, I'm not really quite sure why, but I kind of lost a bit of interest in running from then. And I think because the weather turned, it was cold, wet, I didn't really want to go out and do a lot of runs in the evening. So 2 months have passed since I did Parkrun, and I thought I'd give it another go. I was secretly hoping for 31 minutes, but probably was expecting about 33. So yeah, honestly, I was just really happy just to finish it. There was a pacer who was there who was for 30 minutes. So I ran kind of like on his heels for quite a while, knowing that if I was kind of around the 30-minute mark, I'd be happy, because so I was hoping for 31, but realistically thinking it might be 33. I annoy myself a little bit, because why shouldn't I have been able to do it? Like I'm talking as if I haven't been doing any training, but I think that's the thing. You assume that if you don't run 3 times a week at least, then you're going to lose all that ability. And the truth is, as long as you're doing something, as long as you're keeping active, and that's what I wanted to prove, just to point out. Like I've said it a few times on my rides, fitness doesn't have to be grueling. It doesn't have to be, in the gym, pushing yourself every single time. It's when you need to do that, it's good to do it, and to be able to do it when you need to, if you're working towards something. But getting out on the bike, or just commuting to work, or just being active, unless you're training for something in particular, it all does work. You just also can't then go, well, I cycle to work, I'm going to eat 3,000 calories today and have McDonald's for lunch and pizza for tea. Like, it's all balance, I suppose. So conditions were pretty good during the run. No rain, right kind of temperature. Ground was still soft, certainly in places. Had to kind of cut a couple of corners just because I tried going around properly on the track and just almost lost my shoes and skidded and fell over. So that wasn't good. But yeah, other than that, no wind or anything like that. I'm really busy, so good to have other people around you kind of pushing and keeping pace. So yeah, all in all, it was a good one. Good to be back. I definitely felt it. Lots of in the red zone. With a good max heart rate. My usual kind of like determination, grit kind of kicked in and wouldn't let me slow down. Like, there's plenty of times when I thought, I don't know if I can keep going, but just keep putting one foot in front of the other and just keep going, head down. That last kilometre, really kind of like the sickness was back again, of feeling sick. I think it's really, really good to reflect though on the first time I ever did Parkrun, and I felt the exact same, but that was for over 37 minutes. And now I've done it for still under 30 minutes, which is a huge achievement for me. And like I kind of always say, like, I'm only really competing against myself, so I couldn't really care less how I sit with others in my age group or anything. Like, it's good for me, which is the best thing. So yeah, it was good to get out and to kind of enjoy it. And I'm over the moon that I managed to do it under 30 minutes again. Like, genuinely, like, didn't think I would be able to do it. I'll be honest, I didn't even think I could do 5K. I kind of thought I might be on the second lap kind of slipping off back home and not even completing it. So just completing it, honestly, was a big achievement.
Well done.
Thank you very much. So I've not been riding the bike as much as what I'd like, and there is a genuine reason for that. So since I did my 48-mile ride, I haven't really done any long rides. I've done 2 commutes to work, one last week, one the week before, and both times I got punctures. So I've currently got new tyres on order, and then the bike shop are going to set me up with tubeless tyres. I had to replace my rear inner tube just so I can get to work a little bit next week, and I had to take 6 thorns out of the tyres. So at the moment, it's just with inner tubes, it's just shredding my tyres to pieces. And it's not even the thing of like, I could change my tyre or carry an inner tube. Like I said, I could get a puncture at any moment. And if I want to go further, especially like on the commute, my commute to work is like 13, 14 minutes. I don't have to stop for 10, 15 minutes to change an inner tube on a 12-minute commute to work. And then, to be honest, I have the thing of 2 minutes down the road, I might get another flat tyre. And I'm hoping that once I've got tubeless, that I can actually start to enjoy my ride, because at the minute, honestly, every ride, I'm just looking at the ground and thinking, there's a thorn, there's thorns. we've recently just obviously cut all the hedgerows, so it's horrendous at the minute, and it just takes all the fun out of it. So I'm really, really hoping that tubeless will, I know it doesn't make me immune, but hopefully just to basic things like thorns and general debris, I should be okay. By all means, let me know in the comments if you've got any experience with tubeless, because I'm really hoping that this makes it better. Once I get them set up, then I'll go on a few more rides. I want to get back to Sherwood Pines again and keep kind of getting that into the habit. I do want to bring in more running, so whether that is more park runs, I'm just not quite sure how I will do that, whether I do it once or twice a month, or I don't know. I don't think I could combine cycling and running. I am struggling at the moment. I'm trying to increase my calories slightly, purely just because I'm doing weight training, so I'm back in the gym. I know I have to increase my calories to kind of fuel the training, but I do find that really difficult, especially protein. Strength is hopefully building. At some point I will share, once I get kind of locked into my training schedule, I'll share what I'm doing and any progress that I've made. I'm just still trying to find my feet with that again now. So I have to watch what I'm eating, which just makes me a little bit paranoid about overeating. Like I'm paranoid about not wanting to gain weight again. I'll be honest with you, I still feel like I'm 4 stone heavier, like I still haven't quite mentally switched over. I'm used to wearing oversized clothes to cover me. So I still get paranoid that my kind of stomach's too big and my chest's too big and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, a lot of kind of mental hurdles to kind of get over at the moment, as opposed to more physical ones. That's what I don't want to let get me down. I don't want it to be the losing interest, because I feel like I'm not making progress, and that's where I have to be a little bit careful, because I don't want to just make everything about numbers and data. So I want to actually enjoy running a park run or enjoy going for a bike ride. I don't quite know yet how to introduce food back into that and how I can have the odd nice bit of food. I'm really careful not to say reward, because I don't want to use food as a reward, like definitely not. But if it's a weekend, I don't know. Yeah, that's the question. How again, because I'm about to say if it's a weekend, have a glass of wine, but again, why just because it's a weekend? It's more me understanding in my own head if I want to have something to eat, and not denying myself what I genuinely want, but having the faith to know that I do actually want something, as opposed to, oh, I've had a long day at work, or I'm tired from a big training session, so I'm going to reward myself with fast food or alcohol, or because that's a slippery slope then, because then what's stopping you from having that on a Wednesday? Yeah, I have to just keep my head in it at the minute, because I'm starting to waver a little bit. I'm starting to sense that I'm getting a little bit tired, and just, I don't mean physically tired, I kind of like mentally tired. And I think it's because I'm not getting the same, not enjoyment, but like going to Sherwood Pines on the bike is like, yeah, I went to Sherwood Pines. Whereas at the start, it was like, oh my God, wow, I'm at Sherwood Pines. Like running a park run at the beginning was like, oh my God, I've done a park run. Where now it's like, yeah, okay. So it's not quite as big an adventure or achievement as what it felt. And I think that's what probably stops a lot of people from doing this. Like when you get your first kind of milestones done, but it's how do you keep doing more? Because those milestones just become more difficult. Like to try and do a 5K in under 25 minutes now seems like that's a lot when it feels like the same as to try and get it under 30 minutes, but when you've literally achieved that, and then it's like you don't let up. I can't go back to the way I used to be. I think that's probably one of the important bits. Like a lot of people who work really hard to lose weight, and I'm really guilty of this. Like I'll work really hard to lose weight, but then think it ends, and this doesn't end. Like you have to keep going with it, because if it ends, then my fitness will drop really quickly, and then parkrun will be 35 minutes, if at all, and I won't want to do it again. And suddenly I'll be struggling on the bike, not enjoying it like I am at the minute. And then when I have to tell myself I can't eat that chocolate bar, or I can't have a McDonald's or KFC or whatever it may be, that suddenly hits hard, where I'm like, feel like I'm denying myself. Whereas at the moment, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I don't want it. So I know that that's where the slippery slope is. And if the reward isn't, wow, I went out on my bike, wow, I've done 48 miles, but what's next? Got to be 50. Okay, I mean, that doesn't feel like much of a reward for doing 48 miles, does it? Like, now I can do 50. Like, okay, great. The wins are better now. Going 50 miles is better than going 10 miles. Going 50 miles is better than going down the road, because you get to see more, you're out there for longer, you get more time to enjoy it. Running 25 minutes, not only is it done quicker, you get home quicker, but obviously it's nice to know you can do it in that time, and you could always do it in 30 minutes and enjoy it. So that's what I've got to keep in mind. And also, as my clothes fit me better, and hopefully I look a bit better, but I still have a lot of negativity in my head. Trust me, like a lot of, is this worth it? Why am I doing this? What's the point? So there's a lot of things to think about, and that's not just with training, that's with everything. Like these videos today, like it's took me a lot to come and make this video today. Will anyone even want to watch it? Does anyone even care? For the effort I have to go through, do I carry on with it or not? But same mentality into these videos as into my fitness, and just keep plugging away at it, and it will hopefully keep improving. And then the idea is that you can look back over the last 6 months and see where you started and where you are now. And I think that's the important bit to constantly keep doing. So I'll keep trying to make these videos. Hopefully, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Drop any comments that you think might help me in the comments, and hopefully we can kind of bounce ideas. And then I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, so Parkrun done. Yeah, difficult, but yeah, really happy that it was under 30 minutes. Glad to see my fitness hasn't dropped too much, but you can see this is what I look like after a Parkrun. Yeah, these people who can kind of run it, chatting to camera the whole way around, and still get under 30 minutes, fair play to them, but that's certainly not me at the minute.